Buddy, it's Robert Miller. I hope we're all doing well today. Is your offer not selling? That's the big question today. And you know something, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. Is your offer not selling? My name is Robert Miller with MillerEducationVentures.com. Now, I see it over and over again, especially with affiliate marketing. People are talking about not being able to get a sale. They've been doing this, they've been doing that, and they're not being able to sell anything. So we're going to be covering quite a bit of topics today. See if I can get the marbles out of my mouth first. But there's nothing worse than having your offer out there for days, maybe weeks, maybe even months, and you're not selling anything. So when you put a post out, maybe the sympathy comes in from your sister or family member or your mom and dad that's liking your post because you're making an effort. But at the same time, that's kind of humiliating when you got a family member that's the only one, so you don't get crickets. You've heard that term, crickets, when it's quiet, you're making a promo and nothing's happening. So if you've already checked the most obvious things of why you're not selling anything, and what are the reasons that your offer sucks? Simple as that. As you find, as we go along, I'm very blunt and I'm very upfront and I'm very direct. That way there's no assumptions or presumptions of what I am talking about or trying to come across as. But the main thing is about getting attraction to your posts or your offer, whether it be a product or service, is engaging with other people on social media. What do I mean by that? So say, for example, you're going through your feed on your Facebook or your LinkedIn or your TikTok, if you play around on TikTok or Instagram. Are you engaging in other people's posts? But you got to remember, engaging with a positive attitude is key. Facebook likes positive feedback. Positive likes you to stay on their platform. So key to getting engagement is key for anything that you're trying to accomplish in social media. So you got to engage in other people's posts. Now, what I'm going to also do is I'm actually reading off my notes here that I wanted for this presentation, so you don't wonder where my eyes are wandering. This is one of the ways, when you're engaging in other people's posts, that's how you grow your audience. If they're liking or making a comment on your posts, believe me, the algorithm likes that. Now, are you being consistent? Your times being online? Are you, say, for example, I have a weekday seminar like this, a workshop every Monday to Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, because I'm in Vancouver, Canada. So when you're posting, you got to be consistent at the same time. Now, here's a tip, is that you just don't make a post and hope for the best of it. Now, if you are promoting organically on Facebook, you got to have your activity feed clean. You got to have your profile picture clean and look professional. You got to have your header line in your bio professional. Because how can somebody take you seriously if you are trying to keep up with the latest craze of a dance like they do on TikTok? People aren't going to take you seriously. So it's imperative that you clean up your social media activity feed and your profiles. So another thing about why your product is not selling is that, on top of not only the obvious things, is that have you checked the links and your checkout carts? Are they working properly? A lot of times when somebody says, go to my link in my bio for more information, I go there and the link doesn't work. So I tell the person out of courtesy, hey, look, at one business person to another, your link's not working. So maybe you should fix that. And something, they appreciate that. And guess what? They're gonna watch what you're doing too. They might not be interested in that product or service, but they could tell somebody else. Okay. So double checking your links and your shopping cart, making sure your checkout system is working. Now, how are you positioning the offer? Now, this is key. The key is positioning the offer. Now, listen very closely to this, because what do I mean by positioning the offer? Is it a priority for your customer or client to buy that right now? Here's an example. If you're promoting, I used this the other day, a dog collar, and you go out and you market this thing. Now, a person might have it in the back of their head. They need a dog collar or a new dog collar for their pet or cat, if it's a cat collar. Is it a priority for that customer to get that cat or dog collar right now? No, it's not. It's back here, but it's not a priority. Priority is key for your positioning of your offer. And if you don't know how to make one, you got to find out, how do you make the offer a priority in the customer's mind? Okay. So right now, as you know, we're living in a I want it now society. I want it now. But you got to consider is that with COVID going on right now, what's a priority in everybody's mind? Being safe, being healthy. Okay. So you got to position your offer in a way that is saying, is this something I need right now? Because if they're searching for it online, they are in a buying mood. So you got to remember, you got to position your offer for the people that are wanting it. And this is where key comes in for hashtags and SEO for organic traffic. Now, the huge problem I see ongoing with many people, it's not just people I help, but at the same time, I see it in so many different forums. I see it on chat groups. I see it in private groups on Facebook, is that people fall into this position over and over again, that they don't see and make their offer a priority in the eyes of a customer. So another thing too I want to say is that people will not buy the first time they see you. Because there's no trust on the internet. Like on yesterday's live stream I did, there's over 80% of the people that are online, doesn't matter what platform, there's no trust. They have to get to know you. And this is where consistency comes in. You got to be consistent with your online presence. Every weekday at 10:30, I'm here to show you some free tips and information. Now, trust got to be built. Okay. So how do you build trust? Okay. Here's an example. Like I give a lot of free information. Okay. And the easiest way is that what you do is you bring an offer to the table. And let's use the offer as a car, a model of a car. Let's say a Cadillac. So instead of bringing them the Cadillac, you bring them the features of the Cadillac, like the cruise control, the air conditioning, the electric seats, the electric trunk, the heated seats, the heated steering wheel, if they have on Cadillacs, I don't know. Or if you want to look at it as a cake, you present the cake, but the benefits of the cake is the egg, the flour, the water, the sugar. You get where I'm getting, you get the idea what I'm trying to promote here to you guys is that it's your positioning of your offer. There's so many things that are involved. Now, I'm talking about this because I see so many affiliate marketers do this in the same mindset. Now, here's the key to it all, okay? From a customer's perspective, what is the client's life going to look like when they buy this offer? Like an example, if they buy an offer to buy a money-making online system or something like that, how is that customer's life going to look? Are they going to have a lot of money in the bank? Are they going to receive an easy way to do this, like easy way to change your DNS settings with your host provider? Is it going to be more easy? Because remember, everybody wants instant gratification, okay? Now, another thing too is that how will they feel when they get more money in the bank? Is it going to, when they hear that cha-ching, is it going to be an adrenaline rush? or what is it going to be? Fancier fabrics if you're promoting clothes on say Shopify or even Etsy. You got to realize, how is it going to make that customer feel after? That's another way about positioning your offer. You got to put this all into a perspective. So instead of just promoting the product, you got to be the product to promote the message. That's one of the keys also. So you got to remember, putting all this together is imperative. Now, another thing too is on social media, how much sharing is too much sharing. Now, there's a difference between babbling and there is the point, getting to the point. What would you prefer? Getting to the point, or me babbling about what I'm going to have for dinner tonight or lunch? You got to learn that there's entertainment for fun, but at the same time, when you're doing business, it's time to be serious in business. Okay, you got to be transparent and honest about things. Look around for yourself. When you see people on social media, are they having fun and showing you how much fun they're having for the day at the beach or a luxury resort in Dubai or Bali? Or are you looking at buying a product from somebody that's laying on the beach in Dubai or in Bali and they're promoting a $5,000 course? Is that laying on the beach going to promote or provoke you to buy the course that's costing that much money? When you don't know anything about it except seeing the luxury of somebody being able to lay on the beach? I don't know. It's up to you. The online world is changing rapidly, right? It's when it comes to entrepreneurs, startups, whatever way you look at it is, as an entrepreneur, you got to keep it professional. I like to have fun. I like to tease my wife a lot. I like to tell jokes, and people gravitate towards me sometimes because I can be funny and I can be, a good companion, dinner companion, just to have a good conversation. But when you're doing business, you got to be professional. Keep that in mind, okay? Now, you don't have to go full blown influencer mode because, if you've got a good product or service that you're promoting, you don't need an influencer like just what recently happened with that GameStop stock, where somebody who's a big influencer just said one thing and the price rose something like 1,300%. You don't need influencer mode to be able to do your stuff, okay? And you don't need the sexy girls, the sexy guys having a nice brandy or a scotch or whatever, or the girl leaning up against a Lamborghini. You don't need any of that. Stop investing in stuff you don't really need. When you're starting out, you do not need a fancy logo. You don't need to be buying a domain. You don't need a funnel builder. I don't promote any of that stuff when you're starting out. It's completely up to you and your business model. That's what you got to figure out first, is your business model, okay? But most importantly is you got to have confidence in yourself. If you come across as somebody that's, here's my product, you should buy it because it looks really pretty and stuff like that. No, you got to be confident with yourself. If you don't come across as confident to the people that are watching you and trying to build trust with, you're not going to get anywhere. That's why professionalism is extremely important, okay? Now, how do I use live streaming to market my growth building insider package? Is really what it's all about. How do I do it? Well, I love live streaming because I'm not shy. Number two is that it's live, and you can tell by my demeanor and my tone of voice if I'm actually somebody that's real and authentic, okay? Going back, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted the freedom to do what I want, when I wanted, and how I wanted. I don't like that word laptop lifestyle, somebody showing off that they're living in an exotic location. And I'm not that person. I'm a real person. I'm a human being. I have a family. And you know something? It's like Plato said, a famous saying back in 400, I believe it was. He said, he who The person most hated is those that are that tell the truth or something like that. And what he's saying is that the ones that are most hated in the world are the ones that tell the truth. And that's why no hold bars with me. If you can feel somebody's not telling you all the information you need to know, there's something wrong. Okay. So 10 years before becoming an entrepreneur, like, I was in real estate for a number of years, and then I transitioned into doing this. I used to work at a large consulting company, international consulting company, and I was chained to a desk majority of the time. And consulting was something I realized. And then I thought to myself, what do I want to do? What do I want to do as an entrepreneur when I flipped the switch? Now, the thing was, did I want to do Amazon FBA? Did I want to do a shop on Shopify? Did I want to do something on, all these business ideas came into my head. What did I want to do? And all of a sudden, something popped in my head. When I was in real estate, I really enjoyed helping people. I really did. But, with the real estate market the way it is, it's still a good profession. But at the same time, when I looked at all these other things, drop shipping, I looked at Amazon FBA and holding inventory and all these other things, it was just really, really, really confusing. So it took me a long time. It took me months and months and months of trial and error. I wasted over $30,000 in trying to put all these pieces of the puzzle together. And you know something, I had all these pieces of the puzzle together, and I had this over here, this over here, this over here, and I launched something. And guess what? It was a nothing. There was nothing, no noise, no nothing, no nothing. I couldn't even get interest. I had all these tools, and I had no idea how to put the tools together. And the internet was changing so fast. I had product, but I had no clue how to sell it. I didn't know about pivoting. I did not know how to position the offer. And I had no idea about how a customer should feel once they bought my product. First thing I learned once I started putting the pieces of the puzzle together, I learned about SEO. And I'm not talking about paid advertising. I learned about SEO for the mere fact of how to use it for the advantage of getting organic traffic. The second thing that I did in my journey here is I actually wanted to know how to put these pieces of the puzzle together. There's so much information out there, including all the information I was getting from YouTube and these people bombarding me, trying to get me to buy their product. And believe me, I bought a lot of product and I had no idea how to put these pieces of the puzzle together. So I put my thoughts together and I interviewed dozens of consultants, mentors, coaches across North America. And I wrote a book. It's a paperback book that's on Amazon. And it gives you the step-by-step process instead of buying an autoresponder and buying a website and buying a funnel builder and buying this and buying that. In the book, it tells you what you need step by step by step to do first. So right now, stop thinking about paying for a logo, paying to get an accountant or a lawyer to get you incorporated. You don't need any of that. So I interviewed all these people and I put together this book. It's paperback, like I was saying. And it's all professional opinions of all these people put together in a nice package, explaining how to do your startup effectively without having to spend $5,000 or $2,000 on a course to tell you how to build a funnel, which you don't need when you're a startup. So what I did was I shared with these people my experience of what I went through to ask them for my feedback. And something, people said, you got all the pieces of the puzzle together, but you got to figure out what goes first, what goes second, what goes third. And something, not buying a domain was the first thing on my list. Not buying a funnel builder was one of my second things, or my first whatever, or even the autoresponder. My first thing was figuring out my business model. So, back in 2018, I think it was, I did start a YouTube channel, and it was about the basics of the basics for people. And then I started getting subscribers to the channel. And the main tool that I use is live streaming, is like what you're seeing now, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Twitter, or you're on one of my Facebook nodes. This is my main way. That way people see authentic me. But something, I knew my marketing was not going to be a success overnight. And something, I was okay with that, because in the first while, I was very frustrated. And I gave up several times. I'd launch, fail, launch, fail, relaunch, fail, relaunch. And something, there was no medium until I talked to these consultants, all these people to write my book. And then I was able to put the pieces of the puzzle together. So one thing I want to talk about is lead magnets for a second here, about your offer. Again, we're leading back to why your offer is not selling. People are smart, and they're getting smarter. When you put out there a free downloadable ebook or free whatever, doesn't matter. People know it's a funnel. People know they're going to have to sign up. People know you're going to be able to market to them, especially if you put that little checkbox on there saying that they're agreeing to receive marketing material from you. If you don't have that in your landing page, getting them to agree to it by them just signing up, not a good idea. So the point being, people, is that where the marketing really helps is when you have a database, when you have a CRM of people in the database. And that's my restreaming, is just to get the free information. If you are in my CRM right now, getting all this free, valuable information, you're getting bonuses. So anyway, it's all got to do with trial and error. It's not going to have instant overnight success, guaranteed not. I have never heard of anybody getting a product, like especially an affiliate marketer, getting a product, boom, you made a sale in 5 minutes. Never heard of it, ever, ever, ever. So what you got to do is there's got to be more transparency. No question about it, more transparency. And the thing is, you got to validate your idea. Now, here's the thing is that how did I validate my ideas? Like I said, I was thinking about Amazon FBA. I was thinking about Shopify store. I was thinking about Etsy store. I was thinking of so many things. There's so many options out there for making money online, or like health, wealth, relationship niches that are overcrowded right now with people trying to sell stuff. I went live and asked for feedback about what they wanted in terms of running a business. And something, it was not only that this was the main question to these consultants and mentors and coaches I was talking to, but they were saying the same thing. What do people want when they're starting a business? It was the same answer from them, from their clients, and the same thing from me. I have all this information, but I don't know where to start. I have an idea, but I don't know how to market it. I don't even know, do I need a domain right now? Do I need an autoresponder right now? No. Stop what you're doing right there. Now, the thing is that here's the kicker of it all. At least I validated my idea, is that I wanted to help beginners start the process. Now, when you're considering all these other online courses, there's one out there right now that I know it's quite a good course. It's pre-recorded. I'm not sure how old the pre-recordings are, but you got to do your homework. You got to do your research. And you got to find out, if you're buying a course, say for $2,500 of how to do affiliate marketing, find out how current that pre-recorded stuff is. It might have worked 3 months ago, but remember, the internet's changing. Algorithms change hourly. Doesn't matter what platform you're on, but you got to validate what you're buying. So if you're looking at buying a $3,500 or $2,500 course, you got to make sure that is current and do the research on the person that is offering the course. There's a lot of high ticket offers out there, and those high ticket closers are trained to close sales at high prices. They're good at it, and it could be a very good course. I don't know. I got taken advantage of several times. Like I said earlier, I spent over $30,000 on courses that were so old, they were never worked, and I was so disappointed. And you know something? My live workshops, they're $397 a month. They're live, and I'm going to give you the most current information. It teaches you everything from helping you with your business model options that's appropriate for you, not what somebody is teaching that work for them. So say, for example, if somebody says, I do affiliate marketing online on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, that worked for them. But that may not work for you. So my starting point with anybody is helping you to understand what is your business model you want to work with. To the more advanced topics in the course, which is one of the examples, just one, is organic marketing. So you don't have to spend any money on ads, especially with Facebook right now, with what's getting very complicated and hard. But for a limited time, I'm only offering this as 20 seats and at a price of $197 a month. So the regular price was $397. I've only got 20 seats available for $197, okay? Now, there is a wait list already that's been established for the fall of this year. Now, I'm giving a 10-day window for people to sign up for this one that's coming up. So I don't use any other marketing efforts besides my live streaming and my email marketing list, which is ongoing. The email marketing list that I have gives a lot of free information, a lot of tool recommendations. Whether you buy them or not, it's completely up to you. So don't be afraid of going live on Facebook or Instagram or whichever platform you choose to help you with your marketing. But the key is just to start with one platform and one product. Don't take on too many products at once, because if you can't focus on one and start getting it off the ground, how are you going to launch the other ones and get them off the ground if you can't even get the one off the ground? So that's my little live stream for today. It took 30 minutes or 27 minutes. But anyway, I appreciate all of you that have come in today. And if you have any questions or concerns, this whole live workshop today was all about why your offer is not selling. And it's all got to do with positioning your offer. Simple. Positioning your offer, which means a lot of different things. I know that. But if you miss some things, go back to the beginning and watch it all over again. Okay. Like I said, also, I have this upcoming workshop, one-time workshop, March 9th at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 10:30 a.m. March 9th. $47. It's going to be an hour long. And I've only got limited to 10 seats. I just sold another seat yesterday. So the thing is that I haven't checked how many seats are still available, but it's going to be live and it's going to be a Q&A. Now, I'm only 10 seats because that way there's going to be able to have more time for Q&A, okay? Because if there's too many people, a lot of questions can't get answers to if there's too many people. So anyway, my name is Robert Miller with Miller Education Ventures. You have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday at the same time.